I don't constantly have to go in there and adjust the setting to make it so it'll be horizontal. There we go. All right. Welcome back, fishing friends, to another adventure. And we got to talk some fall baits and stuff. Let's get to it. Got some orders in. All right. So we'll wait for a couple folks to get in here. Oh, just, sporting the Shad Week shirt. Just ready to have some fun. Looking forward to doing some fishing tomorrow, which I'm going to do. We'll see how that goes. I'm trying to figure out what the weather is. How that goes. We'll see. We'll see. Let me see if I can switch this over. Come on. All right. Tomorrow it's supposed to be, mid 80s, maybe low 90s with a little bit of wind. So we'll see how that turns out. Let me get this out of the way. I got to show you guys some stuff. This is my Bagley box. I've lost four Bagleys in the last 2 weeks. There they are. The one in the middle, that big one, that's a Norman DD22. But all of these, I had to restock my Bagleys, man. Golly. So I lost 3 of them in the span of about 45 minutes. And it was just the wind caught some line and blew it over a dock. It is just, I don't even want to think about it. But I did get a couple of, this one's a Lee Sisson. Oops. Doesn't say Bagley on it, but it's a nice little bait right here. So I found some eBay specials, guys, and I'm telling you, this one, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. So, crazy stuff. And I'll show you that here in just a minute. I don't have all of them, but I got some of them. Anyway. What's up, Gnarly 20? How's it going? All right, let me get this rolling, and then I can do, oops, I almost knocked the phone over. Then I can do my true official intro. Welcome back, fishing friends, to the worldwide headquarters of the Pinhook Fishing Club. I'm just chatting, nothing big. Okay, get this. I was on eBay looking, I'm always scouting around for stuff. I don't have a lot of tackle, but I do collect some. And I couldn't believe, there was a guy that had 15 lipless crankbaits and a container, a Plano 37, whatever those are, 3700s, usually what I get. He had that, all of that, plus shipping, it topped out at like $31. Think about that, 15 lipless crankbaits. And one of them in there is one of those Excalibur ones. It's always, any Excalibur lipless, they're selling usually for 15 and up. I've seen them as high as like 49, but I couldn't believe it. So I'll show you a couple of ones that were in there. So this guy, I have no clue what that is, what brand that is. So if you know, this one's just a Bill Lewis in that Rayburn red color, but he had a whole bunch of them, tons of them. These chrome blackbacks. Some of the ones he had were banged up, and you know what? That's fine with me. I don't care if they're banged up. All I know is that these were fish catching machines when I was up in Iowa this summer, and down here in Texas. So he had a ton of them, and some of these I'll have to look up what the names are. But he had a couple of these, and he had one in green. Of course, everything is hooked here, and I can't get them. Come on, get out of there. It's all these variations of like shad patterns. Have you ever noticed that every stinking time you're dealing with hooks, that these get caught through like the split rings or the eyes? Like right here, these the little eyelets down here where the split rings connect. So here's another one. So it was just, he had a ton of stuff in there. And I was like, I got to get it. So I went ahead and bought them. And there were some people that had this in on their watch list. And I was thinking, how could you have it on your watch list and not already buy it? I mean, I clicked to get it on the watch list. And then not more than 10 seconds later, I purchased it. Look at this one. Gold black back. All right, guys, I'll lift the whole thing up here so you can see, but outstanding. And then I've got some of mine that I got in here. Oh yeah, this one is, it's a one knocker right there. And I got one of those hammer traps. I'm going to try to test that out. Look at this. This is what they call the Lake Fork Special, I think. That's one of the ones I got, but I'll show you the whole thing here. Hopefully I don't tip them all over. These are just ones that I've been collecting, and the ones I've took up to Iowa. Oh, little soft plastic fell out of there. A Largo shad. It shouldn't even be in there, but so I've got those, and I'm gonna do some fishing tomorrow. I don't know what kind of challenge I'm gonna do tomorrow. Maybe like a football head jig, pitching jig, swim jig, something like that, flipping jig, or the other one is hair jigs. I might do hair jigs. I've already done the crankbait challenge, but this guy, he was missing an eye, this eye, so I repainted it. You can see it's not quite level, but these are my bombers. This is just one. These aren't my suspending or the fat-free shad line, but take a look at that. And these are old school. There's some new ones in here too. But man, I love throwing these bombers. I may do just a challenge of just bombers. I got my flat sides over here, my 6As. My favorites are like the 4As, 5As. But then you have this little gem right here that you can get at Walmart for just like $2, $2.50 in this mint white color. Man, that's good. So I got all my square bills, fat A's over here. And then some of my bigger ones are down in here. But some of these colors are just phenomenal. This one is a suspending one. See the red eyes right there? He's in the wrong box. But he's here now. And this color right here, look at this fat A. This thing is just gorgeous. So I'm telling you guys, Bomber Baits. Bomber Bait Company, the vintage one, Bomber Lures. They're what, $3.99 a piece, and you can get a full set. And there's so many varieties of it. So you just go for it. Get them. Get a nice little stretch of bombers going from the square bills. You know, 4A, 5A, the 6A. I like throwing the 6As and 7As. All right. Let me get that other box. I'll show you. I'll have to stand up for this one. Check that out. Just some behemoth baits. Big, big baits. These fat-free shad, number 7s, 6s. And then my little suspending ones are over here. You can always tell because of the red eye on them and the red lettering, suspending. So suspending, you gotta have to know what you're doing, because when you fire it out there, and I always do a sweep to get it down, and when it's down there, it's just gonna hang. It's not gonna come up, it's not gonna drop, but when it's hanging there, just twitch it a little, and you'd be surprised how often you get a hit on that. It's just sitting there, and if they've been following it, pow! Man, it's good stuff. All right, we are gonna do some tying. Let me get my eyes. There we go. Got some of my videos in the background, so let me get my little case here. Harbor Freight, guys. I've talked about this 100 times. These little ammo cans. They were like $3.99 or something. I don't know. All right, what colors are we going with? We got Flash. We got Marabou. This thing is just packed with stuff. Maybe I should take it all out and just lay it around here. I'm in kind of a green. I think I'm going to do bucktails, though. Green bucktails. I don't think I'm going to do feathers. I got the feathers down here. So I think I'm going to do green with, or the chartreuse. Got to get the technical terminology. With this blue Flash. That's what we're going to go with. Let me get this out of the way. Yeah, bombers are for real. All right, guys, I don't know how many people are going to jump into this live stream. I always get these advice from YouTube saying, hey, do more lives. Advertise. That's the thing, is I don't post when I'm going to go live because I just never know when I can do it. And if I can do it, I can do it, you know, like tonight. Okay, let's see. I had some of these I've used before with a black head with a red eye. I get these from Barlow's. And I know the name of them, and I can't think of it. I've got it bookmarked. So these are 1/16, but we're going to get this rolling. You know what, guys? I spilled this all over my desk here. This Loon Outdoors. I need to get some more. Just a little bit there. We're using brown today. Honestly, I don't really care what the... It's got like a little snaggle tooth there for a bait keeper. So what I'll do is I'll pinch that down. So honestly, I don't... There's sometimes when I really care what which thread I'm using, but the fish are, they're just gonna get in there, you know, and get what they're gonna get. Let's see if I can mash this just a little. Anyway, so it's good to be back on and do a live stream, for crying out loud. I hadn't been able to do it in like a long time. Sorry, I gotta adjust the camera here a little bit. Had to get those pliers. I hadn't done a live stream in a long time. So I was thinking, I might as well do it tonight. I got a tiny window here where I can get one in. So I figured I'd jump on. So I appreciate, you know, everyone that jumps in here. But as I was saying, YouTube always gives you those recommendations. Hey, go live, jump on. And I'm like, sometimes we get a couple people, sometimes we don't get any. But honestly, I mainly do it just for traffic, you know. Once it's been posted, people get on there and watch it. Ooh, yeah, this is gonna look good. Come on. What happened to you here? So we'll see what happens. I'm just trying to get back into the swing because now we're heading into fall and in the winter time. It makes sense with the reduction in daylight. I can just get in here and do a few lives, talk about some things. So I think here pretty soon I'm going to be jumping on Bass After Dark and their little live stream. I was talking to Ken the other day and Brian the Carpenter, BTC. They had some guests on, and I just couldn't do it with how, when they did it, my week was going. Had a lot of things going on, so I just couldn't make it work. But they definitely wanted me to come on sometime, and I thought that was really cool. So if you're into like podcasts and live YouTube stuff, check out Bass After Dark. All right, we're getting this one going. So what else is going on? Tomorrow I'm going to try to go to a lake that it's one that's pretty much new for me, but I've been having such a great time there that I've been going frequently. You've seen me do some videos there. I was doing some testing of what did I do there? I think I did one of the jerkbait challenges or something where I did out there, or maybe it was, oh no, it was the Bill Lewis scope stick. That's what I was testing out there, the scope stick. Dang it, I think I messed this one up. Rusty, guys, rusty. Although I've been doing pretty well with the tying of late. I've done a ton off camera just to get things rolling. I sold a whole bunch of these on eBay. And you know what I put in there? I was honest about it. I said, these are crappie jigs that they were training a person to learn how to tie. And I put them up there for like 99 cents. And they sold pretty much. Somebody did the buyout and I had it for like 12 bucks. And somebody did the buyout. I messed up on this one. Crying out loud. Well, maybe not. I didn't do any flash on this one. This one's just going to be a green special. I need to trim them a little bit more, but this one's going to be me for the next day or two. But anyway, the ones that I didn't use, the turkey feathers from the family farm and some pheasant feathers that I've got, because I don't want to sell those, but these other ones that I had practice with, I put it up there that, hey, these are ones that they used to train people, or people are learning how to tie, and they sold. And it was a guy here in Texas too, over in just east of here. Trim this just a little bit. Not too bad. I can live with that. I can live with that. Anyway, so fall fishing, it kind of cracks me up because all the guys up north, some of my buddies, are like, yeah, we're moving into these fall patterns and the fish are going to start gorging. And I'm sitting here thinking, down here, we're still hitting 90s, high 80s. We're cooling a bit. The water temperatures from the lakes, up on Lake Texoma, it's like in the high 70s, but everything is like 83, 81. So we're not really, it's not really dipping too much. So we still have a ways to go for our fall patterns to really get going. But that's one of the advantages we have here is you can pretty much keep throwing your baits. Although in Texas here, September's a notorious month for rough fishing, meaning it's just stuff isn't biting like it normally is. And so there's definitely some shifts going on. All right, we're gonna put the flash on this guy. And we'll only tie just a few of them. We're not gonna be out here too long. I know you guys have got stuff you want to do, but thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate all the support. So even if we get 1 to 2 people in here, at some point, hopefully we'll get some more traffic coming through looking to see what this was about. So I'm definitely going to keep going with the challenges. What is going on here? I just got to figure out which one I'm going to do tomorrow. Am I going to do the hair jig challenge? Ooh, check that out. Am I going to do the hair jig challenge? Am I going to do a Ned rig challenge? Am I going to do the 10 cast challenge? Boy, a lot of people have been doing that 10 cast challenge. What's up with this light, man? It keeps going off on me. There we go. The 10 cast challenge, I mean, what is that, like a 2-minute video? I guess I could drag it way the heck out and crazy, guys. These are coming out rough. That's what happens. You've been doing what I do for a living all day long. You just get wrecked. Don't get me wrong. I love doing what I do for my job, but man, it can really just suck the life out of you, especially on a Friday. So you got kids bouncing off the walls. It's the weekend, and you're just trying to get what you need to get done. It didn't turn out too bad. I was sitting at home. I just got done eating. I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a live. I hadn't done one of those in a long time. Okay, the whip finish is just my fingers. Anyway, I keep jumping around from what I was saying because I keep losing my train of thought. So on eBay, I sold a bunch of the jigs I had tied. And I was thinking, man, you know, you just put it up there for 99 cents. And you never know how it's going to go. You put the buyout option. And some people are like, I'm just going to buy them. Adjust his camera. Just look at that. He's not too bad. He's a little rough, but sometimes I don't like him too symmetrical. You know what I mean? So a lot of people want to get it that perfect look. But when it's in the water, if it isn't always symmetrical, it just looks epic in the water, and you have just a little bit of flare there. All right, we're going with that. All right, so where did rats? I gotta get something. I need to talk to you guys about this. Oh my gosh. These Bill Lewis, Mark Daniels Jr. designed MR6s crankbaits are just so much fun to throw. You can cast them a country mile, but when they're down there, they have a slow rise. Now, this is a thing that drove me nuts. I lost 2 of them last weekend, and I was like, whoa. I couldn't believe what was happening. One of them drifted away from me. I snapped the line on it, and it came up, boom, and then with the current, it just kept going. I was throwing my MEPS with a treble hook trying to get it, and I couldn't get it. But these are just so cool. They're not that expensive, $7.99, $8.99. This MR6, I know Rapala has its whole DT line, but this thing, because when it gets down there, has a really slow rise. And those fish can look at it and they just whack. So I need to really get that one activated. Look at this color right here. Purple Herple or something is what it is. Man, isn't that just deadly? Here's the other one. I got one of my fishing challenges going on in the background there. There it is. Golly, they had a sale going, so I bought like 6 of them. And I put these are in my miscellaneous. Look at that, I got a couple of warts in there. Some Fritz sides. Some Ike Natural Lives. A cedar. Flat side. So that's my little random box there. But I got to tell you, those Bill Lewis, and then of course I had fun with the rattle traps always from Bill Lewis. So I really like that company. I know somebody it was with GSM, and then somebody bought GSM. I don't know, but I still like using their products. Rapala, yeah, I like some of their stuff. I like to try different things, and everyone's like, oh, Rapala this, Rapala that. So obviously I'm going to kind of buck that a little bit and go with my own whatever. Uh-oh. I don't even know if you guys could see how I tied that last one, for crying out loud, because the camera got moved. Boy, I'm rusty with the live stuff. Where's my flash? Yeah, so we'll get a couple of these going, and then talk a little bit about some tackle. So I've lost some Bagleys, had redid my order. I've been having so much fun throwing those and my bombers. 6 Cents is the other one I really like to throw. What is going on here? I'm rusty. Jeez Louise. Finally, there we go. I'm telling you guys, once you hadn't done a live in a while and you're trying to tie lures, sheesh. You get rusty with it. Anyway, so tomorrow I'm heading out to that lake. We're going to see what we can wreck out there. I got to figure out what the next challenge is going to be. It's going to be maybe a MEPS challenge. could be like one of my oversized straight tail worms. So between now and probably when I decide to leave, I'll figure out what the next challenge is going to be. So at first I was kind of like negative on, you know, do I really want to do some kind of a lure challenge? And then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know, just go have fun and do it. And so far I've had fun, except for the video is out now. Go watch my latest video on the challenge. Ooh, man, that was just absolutely rough. And I could not figure out what in the heck was going on there. And I'm still trying to figure out what in the heck happened. So I'm not afraid to do a spoiler alert which lake I was on. I was up at where the 2025 Bassmaster Classic is going to be. But for crying out loud, guys, I'm telling you, there was I couldn't get anything. And there was a lot of people I talked to that were drifting that little riprap area, and nobody was catching anything. And then I moved to a shallow flat area, and I was just ripping these crankbaits, slipless crankbaits through there. And I was testing a new one of these Rapala rattling wraps. And I think it was a size 6 silver, or it was chrome blue back. Man, that thing was just epic. Then I threw a sugar shad. Anyway, so I got hit, and I had a nice bass on, and I'm bringing it in, and 2 jumps through the hook. And I was like, no. So, I don't know. That was it. I had a couple of followers, but then I had where I was on that flat. I was standing on a rock. I had a pair of bass come swimming by about 4 feet out ahead of me. Big bass, and I barely moved. And when the rear one moved, and that's how I knew they were there, I could see them. And then I tried to pitch ahead of them with one of the other lipless crankbaits. Nothing. So, I don't know. But I know the wind should be favorable tomorrow. We'll be good to go. Look at that color right there. There's a little bit of flash in there. Anyway, so I've been selling some of these. To my surprise, people have been buying them. And I was really excited about that. I was like, I may have to put some more. I put them in packs of 4s. And I'm not, like I was saying, I don't do any of the ones with the turkey feathers from the farm. And because those, you know, have got some sentimental value. So I'm just, any of these ones I practice, I had so many of them. I made a couple of bags for one of my cousins, and once I gave them a whole bunch of good ones. They're still here. I still have them. But the other ones that I didn't use any of the feathers on, that I did the practicing on, and they weren't ones that were going to go to him, I was like, man, I just need to go ahead and, there we go. You guys are probably like, what the heck? Where's the camera angle? So I threw them on eBay, and I was pretty happy with that. So I'll try it again. I had some other stuff I threw on eBay that sold pretty good. Some Smithwicks that I knew I wasn't going to use anytime soon. There's our flash. We're going to double up the flash on this one. Here we go. Right there. Yeah, somebody, I've been getting whispers and questions about that Booyah Flashpoint that I did the review on. And I keep telling people the same thing. I loved it. It works, but you got to throw it if you want to see how you're going to like it. You know, you can only tell people, they're like, how does it cast? Well, you can see in the video, for crying out loud, I did 2 of them, 2 reviews on it. That thing will cast a country mile. You twitch it down there, it's got the flash. Even if you're using forward facing sonar, if you keep it in that cone, and you're going to see it, it'll show up on there. And if you're not, if you're just bank fishing or whatever, maybe you're in a boat or a kayak that doesn't have the forward facing sonar, you're still going to catch them on it. That thing is so much fun to fish. So I had a lot of fun making that. I had a bunch of views on there, I think. I'm not very good at checking the statistics on some of the videos. But one of my buddies was saying, man, you had a whole bunch of views on that thing. Well, it's because the bait had just, was pretty much new. So people are trying to figure out what's going on with it. And I try to keep the channel agenda free, so I'm not going to be sponsored by anybody. I get approached by like sunglass companies, outdoor wear. I had a tire shine company that wanted me to peddle their stuff, and I always tell them the same thing. Thanks for keeping me in mind, but that's not something I really want to do, because I don't want to be pigeonholed to feel like I have to be a shill for whatever they want me to peddle. And they always say, we want to have a collaboration with you, and we'll set up a plan as to how often or what you need to say in the videos. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Nope. So I'll tell you straight up if I like a lure, if I don't like a lure. So those flash points are really, really nice. See, that's the thing. I don't have to toe the company line. Ooh. Check out the eye on that guy. Fish catching machines, guys. Yeah, so that's the thing, is I don't have to toe the company line and peddle there and, say, oh, I really love this lure and this and that. I just tell you exactly how I feel about it. And those flash points are great. The other one I really liked was that Bill Lewis scope stick. That one came out a few years ago. You'd never hear anything about it anymore. But man, that thing is that was fun to throw. It's got kind of like a unique design on it, and so some people were kind of turned off by it. They said that it had horrible action. I didn't see that it had a horrible action. And they said that there was lacking durability. Man, I was crashing that thing through the rocks against pilings. I didn't have any problems with durability. Where's my flash? Jeez Louise. All right, guys, we're going with this one. Anyway, so pick some up. Pick up one of those Bandit B-Shads. Those are fun to throw. So if you're looking for stuff that you want to get ready for fall that you can chuck jerkbait-wise, go for it. The B-Shad, Smithwicks. So I get people asking that from time to time. I had something cool happen today. I was talking to some people I work with, and they were saying what they were going to do for the weekend. And after school, I almost went out to the lake to go do some fishing this evening, but I had some other thing. I had some orders come in I had to sort out. But one of them said, hey, and well, I said I was going fishing tomorrow too, and they said, we have a 14-year-old kid, our son, that really loves to fish, and we just don't really know how to get him into it. Do you do any guiding? And I was just kind of smiled, and I was thinking, man, I wish I could. I'd be doing that up north. So here it's just a flooded market with so many guides everywhere. Plus, there's no boat anymore. So, and I said, well, I don't have the boat anymore. And she said, no, just to get him out there, and I'll even go and I can fish just to catch something to, just to have some fun. So that may be coming out. I won't do a YouTube video with that. We'll just be out there fishing. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I thought that was pretty cool. And then another friend of mine that gifted me a whole bunch of lures, tackle trays that they're just trying to get rid of. They were asking me if I would be willing to take them out fishing and show them some spots. And they've got a boat, and they said, we really just want to know how to use some of this stuff. So of course I wouldn't charge anybody anything. We just go out there and fun fish, but you know, to teach somebody some cool tricks here and there, that's what to use. I can tell you right now, beetle spin, lipless crankbait, Senkos, just to get them going. Guaranteed to catch fish. All right. So I was trying to think if anything else. You got any topics or anything you want to throw out? Just let me know. I'm trying to think. Oh, what am I thinking? I forgot to tell you. Mention this. Geez, Louise, one of my favorite lure companies, Venom, where I get all my tubes, which I've used in all those videos, those craw-colored tubes, the black tubes. They're going out of business. So I went over there and just drops 50% off. Like packs of tubes, and all their soft plastics were like $2.99. I went over and just dropped some major coin on stuff that I get. So I'll have stuff now stocked up for a few years. I may even go back for round 2. So it's Venom Lures. If you want to get some tubes, some other soft plastics, check out that little guy. Little fluff, little length here to match the flash. But anyway, so I was like, for sure, I got to get over there and get an order in. So I did that, got my order in at Venom. And then right now, Tackle Warehouse is kind of a unique deal. It's a stair step. So they have specific baits. If you buy 5 of them, it's like 15% off. 10, you get 25% off. 20, you get 40% off. But I tried to trick the little system and pick different baits. So I've been moving around to try to get 20 lures. And I'm trying not to go over like $55. But head over to Tackle Warehouse. They're doing that stair step sale. So right now in my cart, I've got some Demiki DC 200s, some stickers. So I'm kind of playing with it to see what the threshold is, because I'm going for the 25% discount. So we'll try that. And I haven't bought anything yet. I think it goes through maybe this coming week. So head over to Tackle Warehouse. And then I saw that Lunker City, the other place where I get stuff, was doing a flash sale on Sluggos. So, and their little fish, whatever, the little jerkbait little thing, the little soft jerkbait, Fluke. So if you're looking for soft plastics, head over to Lunker City. And then of course Venom. Somebody else had a flash sale going. I can't remember who it was, but... And the other thing is, don't forget about eBay, guys. I was telling you about how I got all those crankbaits. The dude has got 4 Smithwicks up there, 4 of them, and they're sitting there at like $18. And I'm like, how? And they're the new colors too. So people have got them in their, you know, on their watch list. Because I can, you know, it'll tell you, hey, so-and-so, this many people are also watching this. So I don't know if I'm going to buy that or not, because I already have a ton of Smithwicks, but I was just shaking my head. I was like, what's going on? This dude not know the value of those? Those are like $7, $8 a pop. And I know they're not in the original packaging, but man, they were pretty clean. Ooh, yeah, this is going to look good. All right, guys. So what are you guys doing for Friday night? Everybody should be out watching football. Friday Night Lights, including me, but my team's on a road game. So I got something to eat and came back. I knew I had orders waiting, so I came back and opened those up. And then I said, I'm going to do some tying. Maybe go live. I should try to go live tomorrow when I'm out there fishing. But you know what happens is when you go live, it just kills your phone battery. So I was like, man, that's crazy. But I may do that tomorrow. It'll be a familiar spot. I just love this. I went to it last year a couple times, and I've been to it quite a few times this year. I just really like it. It's a new lake to me. Look at this, guys. You always got to fluff it a little bit and get the shedding off. There we go. Jeez Louise. The thing is, I got the ceiling fan on because it's been super hot, and it just blows this bucktail. If you do any hunting, that's all it is just colored bucktails. All right, so I think that's pretty much going to wind it up here. I got, what, six of them tied, but I still have this whole thing full. My goal, remember last year before I went to Iowa, was to get all these tied. Well, I got the painting done on them. If you guys didn't see this other video I did, I got a little tool and I put the eyes on there, just a little circle for each one. So it came out pretty good. No complaints out of me. They may not be perfect, but they're almost like little Popeye jigs. So I'm gonna do a whole bunch without the turkey feathers, and I'm gonna put those on eBay again just to see if the same thing will happen that happened last time, where I put them on there for 99 cents and just bang, 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 they went up and sold. So we'll see. And then I'll do the ones with the turkey feathers and the pheasant feathers, and I keep those. So I've got tons of them now, and there's just, I just keep them, you know, for whenever I go fishing. This winter, I'll do some crappie fishing at a couple of buffalo holes, my ranch holes that I call them. And then, of course, when I go to Iowa, I was going to try to go to Iowa this fall on our fall break, but that's not going to happen. I think I'm going to go to Fort Smith, Arkansas, where they have Pradco's got the Smithwick store and the Bomber store and the Yum plant there where they put together the plastics. So I'm going to see if they'll give me a tour. I'm going to tell them that, you know, I teach school and if I can get a tour of the facility. And I'm going to ask them, how come in a package of Yum soft plastics, you get these Jean LaRue's? Jean LaRue is its own trademark brand, and it's stamped on the craw, Jean LaRue, but it's in the Yum package. I was like, what on earth? So I know they're owned by Pradco, but I was like, man, that's kind of a weird thing. So they also have a secret room in there, and where they have a bunch of discontinued baits. Ken Duke is a friend of mine. You see him on Bass After Dark. Now he's the head of public relations or whatever at the National NPFL, National Professional Fishing League. So he was telling me about how they have that room there, and I'm going to see if I can go in there and look at it, and maybe I can weasel out, see if they'll part with some of those discontinued baits. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do for fall break. I don't have as long a fall break this year as I did last year, or else I'd for sure be going up to Iowa. So I'm going to miss doing that. I had so much fun doing that with my cousins. We did some fishing. It was kind of rainy, but I'd never seen what it was like up there during that time of year. And I was like, let it rain, man. It's not going to bug me one bit. All right, Harbor Freight. When Black Friday comes around, these are like $3.99 or something. I got 4 of them, and they're perfect for storing all my lure making stuff. Some of them I keep all my extra line, extra hooks. So get you some of those. Ooh. All right, let me put this in here. Hopefully I don't knock the phone over again. All right, one more quick thing, guys, before I jump out of this. These right here, these Livingstons, if you hadn't tried these, they've got that EBS technology. I forgot to take this when I did the crankbait challenge, but these are nice. People are always asking me they don't fish. Why did this little circle here? That's called the false eye. And the false eye is important because it kind of gives a fish a target to hit when they look at it. Yeah, you have the eye here, but it'll be angled, and it kind of gives them a point to hit right there, and they'll whack it. So that's what that is, the false eye. But these Livingstons, I forgot to take it on the crankbait challenge. Crazy. And then I've got some of the newer Wiggleworts. I hadn't even thrown any of these. The old school Wiggleworts will say Wigglewort like inside the bill here. This just says Storm. So these are the newer ones. But anyway, so once again, if you're looking for some crankbaits that you can have a lot of fun with, these Bill Lewis MR6s, once they get down to depth, they come up real slow. They're built like a tank. That bill is nice and thick. They got great movement. It's got that knocker in there. Good stuff. And they've been out for a while. I just had never thrown them before. So that's the plan. Tomorrow, I wish you guys could go hang out with me out there. So gonna hopefully have some good luck out there. I may try to crappie fish too. I always bring my crappie stuff, and I never do it. I always get stuck doing the bass stuff, or not stuck, but wanting to do the bass stuff. So we've had some rain, so I'm hoping that'll help out this one spot that I go to, and where I was throwing that Bill Lewis, that scope stick or whatever. I had a lot of fun throwing that. But anyway, all right, guys, I gotta jump out of here. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. Hit the like button, do something, because it always helps the statistics. I try not to say that very much when I'm making a video. I'll always say, hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the support. But I can't stand it when these content creators say, hey, watch the video all the way to the end. Or, please hit the like and subscribe. I have like a little indicator at the end that'll tell you like and subscribe. I just put the videos out. Mostly they're for me for when I'm doing, it's like a digital library, like a video library for me to go back and watch someday. So, but it is cool to see the channel grow, and it's been growing. I think we're almost like 4,000 subscribers. That's pretty good. So no complaints from that. I just hope that, I keep putting out some good videos. I try to stick with the bank fishing as the niche, because everyone's out there got a boat or a kayak. And there are some guys that do bank fishing, but, I try to do it in a little bit of a different way. So anyway, I appreciate all the support. Hey, some other channels, if you can go check out, are Mike Bowers. He does like barbecue, and he also does some Disney travel stuff. Just a Few Acres Farm is a good one. Country View Acres Farms, they're not really fishing type stuff, but for fishing ones, North Dakota Yak Angler, Lee Livesey. There's a whole bunch of the typical fishing ones, but like Drag 'em Out Fishing. Sassafras, he's got a good channel, but he hadn't put anything out in a while. Cane Pole Willie's got a good one. And then like cars, if you like automobiles and like resurrections of cars, Junkyard Digs, that guy's out of like Mason City, Iowa. That's a good one. So I kind of watch a lot of different stuff, but I'm always usually tuned into fishing. So like I was saying, Ken Duke, I know him pretty well, and he does Bass After Dark, the Bass Talk Live guys. That's another good live or podcast. So I visited with them, Frank Scalish and Matt Pangrak. And then also Tackle Talk. He'll put some stuff on YouTube. So check out those channels. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. Jetty Rocks Fishing, if you like big water, like saltwater. He does some freshwater stuff too. If you like wild feral boar type stuff, what is it, Yacht? I think that's what it is. Yeah, the Yacht channel or whatever. He's always got some good stuff trapping boars and hogs. And that's pretty much it. Go check out those channels and give those people some support. I'm always harping on my friends. If you're going to watch a video, don't skip through it. Watch it all the way through. They put the time to put the video or together, just watch it. So when I'm watching North Dakota Yak Angler, start to finish. When I'm watching Cane Pole Willie, start to finish. When I'm watching Lowbrow Fishing, start to finish. When I'm watching, Tactical Bassin, start to finish. Fluke Master, start to finish. So anyway, I try to support them in any way that I can. All right, guys, I got to jump out of here. Until next time, I will see you then, probably tomorrow out on the water if I can get this on to go live without killing my battery out there. Maybe I need to bring a tripod or something. So I have the hat cap going, and then I can maybe set this up and do the live from there. It's, just to see what happens. All right. Hey, I will see you later. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.